everybody, thanks for tuning in for Tuesdays with Tiffany C on Real Acting, where I perform one monologue a week alternating through drama, comedy, classical, and horror. For this week's show, I've chosen to retell the story Don't Turn on the Light, which is retold by S.E. Schouler. I believe some of you may be familiar with this story, so I'll just get right into it. Hope you enjoy! She commandeered the room in the basement of her dorm as soon as she realized she would have to pull an all-nighter in order to prepare for tomorrow's final exam. Her roommate, Jenna, liked to get to bed early, so she gathered up everything she thought she'd need and headed downstairs to study. At 2 o'clock, she realized she'd left one of her textbooks upstairs on her bed. So slowly, she climbed the stairs to their third-floor dorm room. When she reached her room, she slowly turned the handle and pushed the door open just enough to slip inside so the hall light wouldn't wake her roommate. The room was filled with a strange metallic smell, and she had this weird feeling that someone was watching her. It was a mind trick. The all-nighter must be catching up with her. She could hear Jenna breathing on the far side of the room, a heavy sound, as if she'd been running. Jenna must have picked up a cold during the last tense week before finals. She crept along the wall until she reached her bed, and then groped among the sheets to find the stray textbook. Finally, her fingers closed around the book. She picked it up softly and quickly exited the room. Hurrying back downstairs, she collapsed into an overstuffed chair and studied until 6 a.m., when she decided that enough was enough. If she slipped upstairs now, she could still get a couple hours of sleep in before her 9 o'clock exam. The first of the sun's rays were beaming through the windows as she slowly slid the door open, hoping not to wake up Jenna. Her nose was met with an earthy, metallic smell a second before her eyes registered the scene in her dorm room. Jenna was laying spread-eagled on top of her bed against the far wall, her throat cut from ear to ear, and her nightdress stained with blood. Scream after scream poured from her mouth. On the far wall, written in her roommate's blood, were the words, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" Hope you enjoyed the show. Please tune in again next Tuesday evening for more entertaining monologues performed by yours truly. And up next week is drama. Until then, have a good evening.